What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. This is episode 4 in the series. If you guys are enjoying the series, be sure to leave a like. Let me know with a comment or something of that nature. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about this series. But what we got going on today is we're gonna check our orders here. We gotta continue on with the story orders. We really need to progress through this game and get a couple more skill points. So let's check this one out here. It is a Mayan M6, so it's supposed to be like a RS6 maybe, an older, or maybe, I don't know, maybe it's just an older A4 wagon. I really have no idea. It is lore friendly though, so they say, when driving through a city, I didn't notice a speed bump. Please check. What? When driving through a city, I didn't notice a speed bump. Why is that why are you complaining about not noticing a speed bump? Oh, he means as if he like ran over it and like he didn't see it in time and like jumped it pretty much. I get it. Okay. Please check the front suspension because I have, okay. Ooh, Pagani Huayra. All right, brake check. No, thank you. Not this episode. Please check the front suspension because I have an impression that something is not right. Okay, we are going to take this thing on. Let's see what we're working with. It's even like an OEM blue, like Audi blue color. That's kind of cool. All right, let's move this thing over to car lifter A and see what we're working with. This might be one of those ones that we have to, just like the last episode, man, my head seriously hurt bad after that car. I could not figure out what was wrong with that. It looks like it's all probably going to be front suspension related. So with that being said, I'm sure we're gonna have to raise it all the way in the air. Let's get these front wheels off of here and we will start checking away at what needs replaced. There we go. Passenger side wheel is off. It does look like, ooh, and looks like he messed up his radiator. Body looks like it's still in good condition. I'd be surprised if he bottomed out and messed up his radiator too. But let's get the driver's side wheel off here. Okay, taking a look. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's not as bad as it could be, but let's disassemble this front suspension setup here. We got to get rid of the brakes so we can actually get to the wheel bearing. I have a feeling the wheel bearings are probably shot. Let's take out the front drive axle here. Front hub. Can we leave that on? What's the bearing look like? The bearing is in good condition still, so we can actually chuck that thing back in there. Let's take a look around here. Obviously, the lower suspension arm is going to need to come out. And I'm assuming there's going to be a couple of rubber bushings that we're going to have to replace with that as well. Front sway bar end link A we can take out, and the front shock absorber we can take out as well. Okay, looks like on the back here we do have some tie rod damage. I like how they show damage in this game as just rust rather than like if you had a bent component or something like that. I always thought that was kind of funny, but what can you do? I'm sure the devs would have had one hell of a time trying to make components actually bend and break and so on and so forth. So let's get rid of the sway bar end link up here. And let's see what else we got. This lower suspension arm also is going to need replaced. We got drive axle over here actually looks a little bad. I didn't get a good look at the other side. I'm sure the other side was bad too. Okay, inner tie rod we can get rid of. Front shock absorber we can drop as well. Okay, let's check the car status here, see if we've got everything. Looks like we're missing 2 items. So let's look around and see what that could be. Obviously we know the radiator is bad, so let's drop it back down. We can get the radiator out. And I am 100% going to look at the radiator fan shroud because that's the only thing I didn't look at. Yeah, that's pretty bad. It's the only thing I didn't look at last time, and I regret it a lot. That should have been one of the first ones to look at. Okay, so we do have quite a big parts list here. Let's see, we got radiator A, radiator fan housing B. Okay, so we can start there. I really wish we had an iPad. That would help us out a ton. Okay, radiator fan A. Luckily, we're still on the fans. due to that last one. Where is radiator fan A? Am I just not seeing it, or what? What do we got going on here? Let's check back over here. Oh, it's radiator fan housing B and radiator A. So, honest mistake. These things do happen. Let's get back in there. Radiator. Honestly, we could probably just put rad. Nope, that's gonna come up with a lot of stuff. Radiator. There we go. Radiator A we have, boom, right there. And radiator fan housing B, was it? Sweet, just like that. Let's put these two items in here. Alright, part mount. I hate how it automatically zooms all the way in, as if the engine is the first thing I'm gonna check out. Sometimes it's not, man. Okay, we got housing B. Fan 1 is still good, and fan 2 is still good. So we will install that. Complete setup. Okay, so we are looking good in the engine bay. We can close the hood or the bonnet or whatever you guys want to call it. Most of the views are from the US, so I'm gonna keep calling it a hood. If we get a couple Aussies in here, I'll probably have to call it something else. I'm sure they don't call it a bonnet. Let's see here. Lower suspension arms. So we got 2 lower suspension arms that we're going to need. I guess we could just check our inventory too. I really should do that more often. Front drive axle C and lower suspension arms. So let's get that. Axle C. Front drive axle C, there we go. And if we type lower and then sus, there we go. 2 of those. Just like that. Awesome. Okay. Let's go back over here and get those mounted. I want to buy everything right away. I really do. But I know I'm going to miss something. So honestly, doing it little by little is probably the way to go. Okay, 3 bolts. Super easy. Well, 2 bolts and let's see, 2 bolts and 3 nuts. There we go. Alright, and we got front drive axle C. So we actually needed 2 of those. My bad. Let's get another one of those quick. Front drive axle C. Axle C. There we go. Buy one of those. Alright, now we should be able to piece together this side as well. Let's get that lower suspension arm in there first. We should have, yep, enough rubber bushings to cover it. That's good news. Okay, and let's get the front drive axle C in there. Perfect. Single bolt on the outside. Alright, so the front shock absorbers, we actually do need to... This is why at the start of that first episode 3, at the start of that one, I actually had that Maserati in there to basically check over this tool here, pretty much. Figure out how it works, figure out how I can use it to my advantage. Right off the bat, you guys will see it does show us what parts we will need to replace once we reassemble it. So we need 2 front shock absorber A's and 2 front shock absorber caps. So while that one is disassembling, let's go over to our computer and buy 2 of those. 2 of each of those. Front shock. Oops. Shock. There we go. Front shock absorber A. We're going to need 2 of those bad boys. Front shock absorber cap. We're going to need 2 of those as well. And both springs looked like they were in good enough condition, so we should be able to reuse those no problem. Let's throw this thing together. There we go. So this will be the driver or passenger side. Thankfully, they don't split it up. That would honestly be a nightmare. Okay, there we go. We got the other one, so we can put one of them in. Let's put the passenger side one in first. Boom, just like that. 2 bolts, 2 nuts. Super easy. Alright, so let's get our other one over here. Head back onto the passenger side. Or sorry, wait. Driver's side. My bad. My bad. I thought we were in Europe for a sec. No big deal. Okay, there we go. That looks good. Let's get our brakes put back on here. We don't need to be replacing those, thankfully. Get our caliper bolted back up. Cylinder was still good, so that's a bonus. Okay, what else did we have? Oh yeah, that's right. The front sway bar end link A's. We need 2 of those. We can just type sway for that. Sway in the morning. 2 end link A's. $58. Alright, and let's get these 2 mounted up here. 1 here, 2 nuts, 1 on either side. Okay, let's see, how are we looking here? I think it's actually going together really well. Let me try to just click over here. There we go. Alright, and let's get the other sway bar end link in here. 2 nuts again, of course. Okay, let's take a look. Oops, I guess we can do that in the build mode. I don't know why I always back out. Alright, so we need 2 outer tie rods and 2 inner tie rods, and we should be good to go. I hope. I really hope. I don't know. Inner, 2 inners. Wait for it. There we go. And 2 outers. It's really, this game's really strange because, oh god, and I can't spell. Like, your mouse movement is not very sensitive, but when you're actually walking around, it is extremely, extremely sensitive. So let's throw these things in here. Should be easy enough. Inner tie rod right there. We can put the outer one on the outside. Perfect. We didn't even have to realign it. This is great. This is amazing. I wish all alignment jobs were this easy. Don't have to buy a super expensive alignment rack. Don't have to take it somewhere to get an expensive alignment done. This is a cakewalk compared to IRL car building. But it is more fun. You don't have to get your hands dirty, right? That's a bonus. And you don't have to lift heavy stuff. If you're extremely malnourished like myself, it's a cakewalk. It's the best thing ever. Alright, sweet. So we got both wheels put back on. Let's lower this thing back down and make sure we didn't miss something. I'm sure we missed something. There's no way we did it that easily. Or not. Or we really did do it that easily. That was a super, super easy one. I'm pretty pumped about that. So we spent $1,200 and we made $1,900. I'll take that. That's a yeah, now that puts us back up to $6,200. We're like approaching the episode 2 money mark once again, which is nice. All right, I think we might have time for one more. I'm not really sure. Let's see. That one looks like it's gonna be a lot of work. We could do another suspension job. Let's see. Did we get another crate? Please tell me we got a crate. That's all I really care about at this point. All right, let's sell all this crap here. Okay, see if we got a little bit of money. Yeah, we're at $6,300 now. I'll take that. We do have another skill point, which is exciting. We could... let's see. So, this upgrade is going to expand our garage, and it'll add a test path so we can, like, test suspension. That could come in handy, and a repair bench, so we'd be able to actually repair stuff that we take off of the cars, which would be nice for those people that don't really care about the quality of parts that we're putting in. Or we could go with a 5% discount in the shops. As of right now, I'm leaning towards the 5% discount in the shop. I think that's what we're going to have to do for now. The next skill point we get, though, is going to be a bigger shop, which is sick. That is super, super cool. I say, let's see. Oh, God, I really want to take a look at our GTI, but I know we just don't have the money for that right now. So let's just do one more car here. We can do a brake job on some... Oh my god, yes, please. We're going to do a brake job on one of the coolest buses ever. That is a Volkswagen bus. Let's see what this one is exactly. It's a 1963 custom camper. It's seen better days, but maybe he's going for that patina look. Obviously, the inside looks pretty nice. That looks almost brand new as far as the interior goes, so... Let's put this thing over on Carlifter A and see what they want us to replace. Hopefully they have a parts list included. That would be really, really handy. I kind of like the wheels on it too. That's pretty sweet. Alright, drum wheel cylinder 1, so that's going to be in the rear for the brakes. And brake disc ventilated, that's going to be in the front. Easy as that. We haven't done drums yet, so that'll be kind of interesting. Drum. There we go. Drum wheel cylinder. $10, super cheap. And then ventilated. Actually, let's just type disc. Disc. Throwback to when we accidentally spelled and searched dicks. That was fun. Was that episode 2, maybe? Yeah, I think that was episode 2 we did that. Alright, so it's gotta be on the front. Oops, we don't want to move it. My bad. Alright, looks like it's gonna be this side over here. So we're gonna be removing this wheel so we can get behind it. These steelies do cover a lot, so you wouldn't even be able to see anything beyond this point. And then this is the rotor we got to replace, so let's get rid of the caliper and get rid of the brake pads here. Take the old caliper off, and we already got the new one, so we can just slap that one on there. Put the brake pads back on and remount the caliper. Something that they really should add to this game is like caliper painting or that sort of stuff. Just like accessory painting, I think would be a really good addition. If I'm honest, they're probably done adding DLC and whatnot to the game, but if you wanted my opinion, there it is. I think that that'd be a really cool addition. And the coolest part about this mod is they actually went through the trouble to put a very small engine, mind you, in the rear of the van, just as it is in real life, which I think is super cool. Let's see, we do need to examine a little bit here. I don't think we're gonna get lucky enough to see which drum cylinder is bad, so let's just start over here. If we had the test path, man, we could just throw it on the test path and it would tell us exactly what component in the braking system and the suspension is faulty. This cylinder looks good to me. So let's go over to this wheel here and take this one off, and we'll be able to see if maybe this one is fine. I don't know. Let's take off the drum here. Nope, it's got to be this side. So we got to remove the shoes first. Then we can take out the cylinder. Yep, got to be that one. It was at 19%. Let's replace it with a freshie. Put our shoes back in there. Remount the drum and put the wheel back on this side. Then we're gonna have to obviously patch up the other side as well. And by patch up, I just mean reconstruct. Okay, mount our drum back on there. Put the wheel back on, and we should be good to go on the Volkswagen van. What was it, a 63? That is old. Was it a 63? Yeah, geez, 1963. That's a super old van. The mod image could use some work. I've seen some better mod thumbnails in my life, but it looks like that's all we had to do here. So we got $27, which is sweet. That's the job bonus. Obviously, we spent $111, and our total payout is $165. There we go. All right, and again, I forgot to take a thumbnail for this episode, but hopefully I can make something work. That's going to do it for this one, guys. If you did enjoy, please leave a like, leave a comment, help support the dream, smash that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace.